Hi there, welcome to the first video on this channel. Now on this channel you will be able to find a lot of, we hope a lot of videos on mathematics and physics. Most importantly, like a mini roadmap. This is also what I would like to present today, my mini roadmap in mathematics, or in my mathematical journey, at the beginning of my mathematical journey, as we are electrical engineering students at the University of Stuttgart in Germany. But we would also like to really get to learn more and do a little bit of self-study in order to get to know some concepts either faster than with normal classes at the university, or just by our sheer interest try to learn things that aren't covered by our courses in the future semesters. Now we are in the first semester, so there are a lot of things we don't really know, and there's a lot of things we still have to find out. But I wrote here, as you can see, like on this piece of paper, I wrote like a small roadmap that I would like to talk about a little bit. I will also show you some books. I am bringing with me all of the books I will mention here. I don't even have all of them. I only have a little bit more than half of them. But I brought some with me to show you. And yeah, let's start. So, as the main pillar of this roadmap will be calculus. I actually took calculus 1 and there's a bit of calculus 2 in high school and also last year before starting the electrical engineering semester, like the major, because we actually used to study automotive engineering for 2 semesters before transitioning to electrical engineering. So we also already took calculus 1 and a little bit of calculus 2, but in the form of HM 1 and HM 2, which would translate to advanced mathematics 1 and advanced mathematics 2 in German, which combine some concepts of calculus 1 and 2 with some concepts of linear algebra. I will talk more about that later on the other side of this paper, but on this side I have the self-study roadmap and on this side I have the university side, and also some extra courses, some extra topics I would like to learn. So let's start with calculus 1, 2 and 3. Now the main book I will use to learn calculus is this one right here, by Elliot Mendelson, Calculus, published by Schaum's Outlines, which is a great publishing house, and also they offer great textbooks really, because they have a lot of problems. Now, since I already took calculus 1 and I would say a little bit more than half of calculus 2, it would be better to do more exercises just to remind myself what everything was, and also try to learn through exercising a little bit more, try to get to know the concepts better. Now, there are things I like about this book and some things I don't. Now the semester has started around 2 weeks ago, I think, on the 14th or 15th of October, depending on when I actually post this video. But I bought this book shortly after, and you might see here a crack in the spine. But this is basically how far I've come. I'm trying to do 1 chapter a day. I will show you the content of the book as well. The book has 59 chapters. Let me see. Yeah, so contents. It has a lot of chapters with many topics, but the book is focused on exercises, and this is the main caveat of this book, the fact that it's not that rigorous. Let's see, there are a lot of chapters, 59 should there be? Yeah, so 59 in total, ending with differential equations of first and second order. From what I know, this book covers the entirety of calculus 1, 2 and 3. But this is not the only book I would like to use for calculus. Well, it's not really calculus, but it's this book in German. You can see it here, Übungsbuch zur Analysis 1 by Forster. It's this little book right here. It's pretty short. This covers only analysis 1, which overlaps a little bit with, in terms of the German analysis 1, overlaps a little bit with Calculus 1 and a little bit of Calculus 2. This book only has 48 pages of only problems. Here you have mathematical induction. And it advances pretty quickly. It doesn't have any explanation whatsoever. It doesn't have any expository material at all. Right, this is still the exercises. But I find it interesting. I bought it mostly because it was on sale. I found it at a pretty nice deal on eBay, and I think it will come in handy during the semester and also for self-study as well. Okay, next, the last material I would like to discuss. I will also try to cross out the things I already mentioned. So over here, the Mendelssohn calculus book and the Forster book. Now, I would also use Khan Academy a lot with this roadmap and in general with the elementary side of undergraduate mathematics. I would like to use Khan Academy because it's honestly a great resource. Through the way they explain things, it's just way more different. It's a lot more like spoken mathematics as well, since they actually explain it in a lecture style more than a textbook style, which helps a lot of people understand easier. Now, I honestly prefer books, but video format is also great for learning. And here I would like to use it for differential calculus, integral calculus, so like calculus 1, 2. They have also on C result. I think they cover the entirety of calculus 1 and 2 and a little bit of 3, or maybe even the entirety of 3. I'm not sure, I haven't checked actually. And yeah, next, the second chapter will be linear algebra, which is, I think, the most important one considering engineering, or it might be after advanced mathematics 1 and 2 in German, but it's very important for actually this semester in engineering courses that we take, like microelectronics and introduction to electrical engineering. And here I will use just one book, since the entirety of this book we already covered in last year's Advanced Mathematics 1 at the university, at the automotive engineering major. But this book is also from Schaum's Outlines by Lipschutz and Lipsen. It has also a lot of exercises. It's a little bit thinner than the calculus book. I feel like it's only 60% of the calculus book's length. Wait, how can I make it stay like this? Let me show you the contents real quick. So here, it has standard linear algebra. Now I know, where is it? Let's see. Determinants are taught not necessarily early on, but compared to Axler's linear algebra done right, this actually presents determinants earlier than in Axler's book. Now, I actually prefer this version, and I actually recommend this version with determinants early, just because, or even earlier than this, just because in university courses, and especially in Germany, they teach determinants early, not late, not towards the end. I think even in this book it's kind of towards the end. Something I don't like about this book is again that the depth, the amount of how shallow or not rigorous the explanations are. Let me actually show you. However, they do have a lot of problems. I like that. Like, see, this is a typical lesson, and they have some explanations, but it's not that clear. Some examples, but not that many. I think examples are a great way to learn as well. Now let's see. Linear algebra, so Schaum's Outlines, covered by Lipschutz. And also Khan Academy has a course on linear algebra, which I think is great. I haven't started it, but I've heard about it. Sounds great. Now, with differential equations, there is a book from Schaum's Outlines which I am considering. I might get it in the future. I do not have it as of yet, but I would like to get it just because of the amount of exercises. And also, Khan Academy has a nice course about it which I don't know anything about, but I would like to check out in the future. Now, this next chapter is not mandatory: advanced calculus and vector calculus. And I say this because if I try to learn mathematics as quickly as possible, these two topics get covered in either books that have been covered before or I might cover before reaching this point, or they are covered in future books as well, like in analysis books, which I'm more interested in. However, the two books I have mentioned here, Vector Analysis and Advanced Calculus from Schaum's Outlines, have a lot of exercises, and I would have to solve a lot of problems in order to master these two topics, and they are pretty useful in engineering. Especially vector analysis is very useful in electrical engineering. I'm not sure if I'm going to get these two books. We will see about that. You will actually hear about it on the channel. And then we get to real analysis, which is my earliest goal in mathematics to reach. And here I have two books: Undergraduate Analysis by Serge Lang. I actually have it here, but this is a library copy that I borrowed. Now it looks great. I know already about it a little bit. I've seen reviews online. It's pretty popular, and it covers a lot of topics in analysis. Starts from the beginning, of course. And I really like the fact that it's more rigorous than the other books I have checked out up until this point, like the calculus, and I think also the advanced calculus, which would be a nice stepping stone towards this. But I still think that it's not that far off from where I will be, on what level I will be on when I reach this point, when I reach real analysis. I might get this, I might actually buy this book in the future. I'm not sure about it. I'm not sure if it's worth it, if I can just borrow it from the library. But anyway, just because of the price. But another book that is really interesting that I might get to buy in the future is Introductory Real Analysis by Kolmogorov and Fermin. This one here. Now this is a Dover book, which means that it's more affordable, and it's a reprint of a great classic. I think it's around 14 euros here in Germany, and I've heard good things about it and bad things about it. Being an older copy, albeit like a reprint, it still has an older expository way of just phrasing and also explaining concepts, which I like. But on the other side, there are some topics that do not get covered in this book just because back then it wasn't included in most courses. Now I would like to get to real analysis. I will also talk a little bit later on what I would like to do afterwards, but first let's take a look at the roadmap at university, what I will cover, what we will cover at the university. And the first course, which I already took last year, is the HM1, Advanced Mathematics 1. This translates to Höhere Mathematik. Let me write it here. 1. And actually the main book for this will be the HM1 or the Advanced Mathematics 1 script, the course material from our professor Markus Stroppel, which is a really nice guy, really nice professor, and he has a nice way of explaining things. I really like the proofs. They are written in a pretty accessible way for students to understand, but also rigorous enough so that you know that this is the real deal. And also there's another book which I don't have it now with me. I have it in my library. It's Repetitorium der HM, or like a, how should I call it, Repetitorium, like a book that has every concept in advanced mathematics all three of them, 1, 2, and 3, and has a lot of problems in it, but mainly covers the material really well. Let me just put this here. Okay, and it's a thick book. I will show it on the channel soon enough. It has a lot of problems, but I've noticed that it's a little bit difficult. Now for the Advanced Mathematics 2, which would be taken in the second semester, so I'll write this here. So first semester, this would be the second semester. Now I already know the material in HMI and HMI, so like these two courses, I've already done them, and they're interesting. They're not that difficult, but it's just computational mathematics. Also for engineers, and like I think it's called for engineering and sciences, from what I know. So it's not real pure mathematics, it's more applied, since we are taking the engineering courses of these domains of mathematics. And here again I have the script from Stroppel, which is great. Actually, I worked a lot from, like, they don't have problems, but I've read the first semester script, this book, a lot of times. My book is literally falling apart, and it has a lot of annotations in it. And for the second semester one, I barely wrote in it, just because I didn't have the time, but I did look over it. And also the same book, Repetitorium der HM, which also appears here in the third one. Now these three courses aren't really calculus 1, 2, and 3, because they also cover concepts in linear algebra, especially HM1, like the first one, is mostly linear algebra, barely any calculus or analysis. But in the second and third one, it's more computational analysis and calculus rather than linear algebra, although it does appear in it. And here for the third semester, it's a different professor, Kimmerle, which wrote another script. This isn't actually the professor that I have to take the course with. This is another professor that wrote the script in a physical format. I will show you on the channel soon enough. We might make a video on mathematics books in German that we have, a little showcase on the channel, in which we present these books that we have in German, and also try to explain some differences compared to some of the books in English that we have. Okay, and next I would like to talk about two even more courses that have some question marks over here. So first of all, Analysis 2. What is this about? Why did I write some question marks? Because we're doing an engineering degree, we don't actually need to take any analysis courses or any linear algebra courses. We're just taking these advanced mathematics courses 1, 2, and 3, and that's it. They cover the applied side of analysis and linear algebra, but I might take this as extra courses. They give us credit, but the credit doesn't count to our total 180 credit points that we need to get our degree. So they're just extra in case we might want to study more, I guess. And we would get some credits for each of these courses. I was thinking about registering for the second semester. So this is like a summer semester analysis course. I can't do it now because it's currently the winter semester, and I have to wait until the summer semester starts to register for it. And also then the next semester, so meaning next year, I would take Analysis 3. Now I will have already covered these topics a little bit in the calculus book, and also in the Undergraduate Analysis by Serge Lang book. But in any case, I would just do them just for the amount of rigorosity you get with a course, and also through the experience of having done a course. Also just having the credit points written up there, and also on the grade report paper. I forgot how it's called in English, but from the official report, I would like to get that stating that I took analysis 2 and analysis 3. Now here for analysis 2, I'm not sure if I'm gonna take it, but I have two books in mind from Forster, the same guy I have the little blue book from, Übungsbuch zur Analysis 2, which means literally problem book for analysis 2, and the other one was problem book for analysis 1, this one over here. Same author, same series, just for analysis 2. And also from Springer or Springer in German, etwa mehr Analysis, which means a little more analysis, which is basically analysis 2. And this would be analysis 2. And for analysis 3, noch etwa Analysis, which would be even more analysis. Same author, I forgot the author, I don't own this book, but they have it at my university's library, and I would take it from there. And also like the problem book from Forster with analysis 3. Now there are some extra topics I said I would like to mention that didn't get to appear on this side, and I will not take them as courses, or I might, but I don't think so. At the university, they're over here. So first of all, my main goal in mathematics, I mentioned the closest one to me right now is real analysis, but after that I would like to take topology. I'm really interested in anything topology, like general topology, point set, algebraic, and so on. I currently have two books on topology. General topology from Schaum's Outlines, which I find great. It is really great, has a lot of problems and so on. But I also have from Mendelssohn, Introduction to Topology. It's a Dover reprint. It was pretty affordable, and it explains things in a great way. I really love it. So from here, like Schaum's Outlines, and then Mendelssohn. It's not the same Elliot Mendelssohn that wrote the calculus book, it's another Mendelssohn. Okay, and also here I wrote proof writing and proofreading as well. Here I have two books in mind which I might do, I might not do. I actually started doing the How to Prove It by Velleman. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. This is how you write it. And also the Book of Proof. I forgot the author, but you can find it on the internet. I know it because it's a free book actually. And then also for topology, I forgot to write, like, if I decide to go a step further, I would like to read the Moncrief book. I write here Moncrief. And then if I feel like I really want a challenge after I finish everything on this roadmap, I might go to Kelly, which I actually read some chapters of, and it was extremely difficult. Okay, and then for proofwriting, so Book of Proof. I'll just write the title since I forgot the author. Also for the topology from Schaum's Outlines, I forgot the author of that as well, but doesn't really matter. Book of Proof. And yeah, this was the roadmap. I still have to talk to you about another thing I'm doing. So another channel, which is way bigger than ours since we just sorted out, but another channel that covers mathematics is The Struggling Grad Student, and he actually had a video titled 10,000 problems in analysis, or 10,000 analysis problems, something like that, and it really motivated me to learn more math. For a long time I have been watching for like a little bit more than 2 years, not yet 3 years, but a little bit more than 2 years, and it really motivated me to learn more mathematics. And this is also why I created my own list of, not list because I don't know yet what problems I'm going to solve, but I have a list here of like an Excel spreadsheet in which I keep writing the amount of problems that I solve or questions that I answer, where the questions are from, and also the author, the book, or anything like that. You can see here, since the semester started, I'm trying to do 10,000 questions or problems in my entire bachelor's degree, but I might actually finish faster. And I have until now, in 15 days approximately, 357 questions. I wrote here the Mendelssohn calculus book from Schaum's outlines. I solved 175 problems or questions. I am at chapter 11 currently, which is more difficult. It's implicit differentiation, and it's a jump from previous chapters. I'm trying to solve one chapter a day, and I'm currently 1 day ahead of the schedule. Since the book came, it has been 10 days, and I'm on chapter 11. Then the Wallner Aufgabensammlung Mathematik is just a book with exercises for advanced mathematics, from which I've solved 18 problems, mostly on logic and on simple logic like sets, things like that. Then the Stroppel is our professor, and we're just doing like the problems he assigns as homework, or just problems he assigns in class. And actually, the second biggest contributor to this list is Khan Academy. Here I've been doing the differential calculus course or roadmap, and I've done 143 problems until now. I've just reached the continuity chapter, which is interesting. I have been doing continuity for like 3 years, 4 years now, and there are always new details I pick up on with each different course, with each different material I read or consume. But yeah, I would like to get to 10,000 problems in this document, this Excel spreadsheet. I hope I don't forget problems I randomly do, but mostly it's easier with Khan Academy, since I just open up a lesson and then do 4 questions. If I get one wrong, I have to solve 5 in total, things like that. Or if I get 2 wrong, I have to restart to get the maximum amount of mastery points. So I need to solve 6 problems in total minimum. But yeah, I feel like, the struggling grad student also mentioned this. When you do 10,000 hours, this is what he heard. From what I've heard, it's more like 4,000 hours. When you do 10,000 hours of one thing, you get to be proficient in that thing. And I agree with that, of course. Like 10,000 hours is a lot, and he adapted this to 10,000 problems, which doesn't really equate to 10,000 hours. It's just an approximation, not even an approximation, because some problems might take like 2 minutes and some problems might take like 2 hours. But in general, 10,000 math problems should bring me to a respectable level in mathematics, and I plan on having 10,000 problems across these chapters along with some other chapters. Also, I forgot to mention here in the extra topics I would like to mention, I'd like to do some algebra, like abstract algebra. I know Serge Lang also wrote an interesting book on abstract algebra, which actually borrowed before, like 2 years ago, from the library. It was before I started the university actually, and it was a little bit difficult, but I found it interesting. And there were some other books that I would like to look at. So the one by Lang, same author of the undergraduate analysis book. But yeah, if you guys have any recommendations for me in terms of books, in terms of materials, or anything you would like to talk about, you can just leave a comment down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.